Let's use this one. Obviously this is an ASAP, but I made it, so I'm allowed to use whatever I want to do when I make. But also, there's a lot of like crime elements in that intro, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw that up there for the Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Jeopardy. I do feel like we need to start this trend because if you do, I mean, obviously you can just do ASATs for shows, and that's essentially 20 questions, random stuff. But at least with Jeopardy, you can like categorize it to different things, which you'll see what I did my categories of how at least for part one of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Because I have a feeling that this is going to be popular, even if it's just you saying four. You know what I mean? At least it'll be popular. Like you're going to want to run it back and hear more questions about these two shows. But a little over 120 episodes combined, so there's not enough to like talk about just in one trivia match. And obviously, you're not going to do a whole league like Star Wars nerds or whatever. So you have to Jeopardies are fun. So with that said, one by one, I'm going to go in, ask you how long you've been a fan of the series. When was the last time you did a full rewatch? And then how often do you randomly watch, clips and etc. So Jacob, starting with you. How long you've been a fan? When was the last time you did a full rewatch of both shows? You can, obviously different times unless you binge watch back to back. And then how often do you watch random clips in your life?
So I've been a fan since 2013. I didn't catch it when it first aired. I bought all the DVD box sets when they released, like one at a time. I watched through all of them. And I not only find like clips, but I find like reaction channels to like watching the show for the first time. And like the joy of it is like, oh, you have no idea what you're in for. That's like one of the joys of it. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fan.
Yeah. And Antonio, how about you, bud?
I think I've been a fan since season 3 was airing live. My brother got me into it. I was always resistant to it. And then I just started with season 1 and I was hooked just from the first scene alone. I actually met some of the cast members at a Comic-Con once. This is still, I would say, number 1 on my top, like my favorite show of all time, including sitcoms. And yeah, man, it's one of those things where like if it's on Netflix, I'll just put on a random episode, usually from season 3 or season 4, and I can just never like skip it. I can always just watch a random episode, just love it, just love the way everything's written, the dialogue, just everything's perfect. It's why Bryan Cranston is one of my favorite just actors in general, like not even just TV but also movies as well. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So far, no one gives a shit about Better Call Saul. Let's see if Chad shows some love for Better Call Saul and answer both questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of like Ant-Man there, where I started, I think, around season 2 or season 3 when it was airing. I wasn't cool enough to start at the very beginning, but I mean, close enough. However, I remember like all of the big moments, just live, doing like, watch parties with friends. There's friends that I got into the show, and I was like, let me at least watch these episodes with you so that I could just see your reaction. And
just staring at their face right before it happens, like
yeah, exactly. Like it's coming, And I would say that these two, I normally cheat when I do like a top list, and I put both at number 2. But if I have to actually write them all out, then I'll do Breaking Bad at number 2 because Buffy's my number 1, of course. And then Better Call Saul is probably around like number 6 right now. Just because I have others that I really love. However, it is one that is with every rewatch, it just goes up. And of course, I've seen the show all the way through Better Call Saul, but because it like just ended kind of recently, I've only seen it all the way through once. But I've seen multiple seasons multiple times, if that makes sense. gearing up for the new season to come out and stuff like that. And I absolutely love it. And I'm doing a soft rewatch right now for this. And then I'm like, even after this airs, I'm still going to be watching Better Call Saul because I think these are two perfect shows. They're very different shows, but they complement each other so well.
I appreciate that. And Eric, are you at an advantage or a disadvantage? Because both these shows take place close to Mexico. So does that help you out? And how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very familiar with the culture. I'm very familiar with Pollos Hermanos. I'm very familiar with the producing of the products that they're making this. No, I'm kidding. I became a fan around the same time as Jacob. Like, I just started watching as soon as it was ending because my uncle recommended it to me. He's a big crime series fan, so that's how I became a big crime movie and series fan. And I was hooked from the first episode. Like, I've been recommending it to all my friends. Some of them have watched it, some of them don't, which I hate. But it is what it is. Last time I did a rewatch Breaking Bad was probably around the time El Camino was coming up, so probably around that. So I'm at a big disadvantage in that sense. But I'm pretty sure at least that half of the Jeopardy I'll do pretty decent. And I did a bad thing signing up because I haven't seen Better Call Saul, so I had to be here just because.
Wow, way to tell me now.
Spoilers for you, dude.
So I'm here to be comfortably in last place to learn what I'm missing. I'm not that kind of player that gets really pissed if I'm losing. I don't mind. So I'm here to learn what I am missing. So I also had to be here because I gave you the idea to do Jeopardy or Breaking Bad because on your birthday we did a category on Breaking Bad. So I had to be here either way.
True. Well, we'll see how the spoilers lie for Better Call. So now I'm trying to remember, like, my spoilers that bad? I don't think I did that because, like I said, I have a feeling we're going to be
very informed with what happened. So don't worry about it.
No, I'm not going to worry. Fuck you for showing up, but I don't care. I'm just curious on my memory of, like, is there anything that bad? But with that said, and then the last thing for me, I was introduced to Breaking Bad my freshman year of college, which was 2011, and I just looked up that's season 4. So I assume that I probably started watching live season 5 because I was probably caught up at that point. Because I know for sure I watched season 5 live. I don't remember if I watched season 4 live, but I know I watched season 5 live. So yeah, it's been that long, and I think I did a rewatch after. So I think I watched it twice, but it was after it happened. I just pretty much ran it back in full, start to finish. And then I just finished Better Call Saul for the very first time, within what's probably been about 2 weeks now. But so it's all fresh in my mind, and I figured, I don't trust anyone else to write, so I'll set the precedent and I'll start writing. So with that said, here we go into the Jeopardy.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Sir.
Because we hinted at this at the chat. I just wanted at the end and the closing, somebody remind me to basically say the scene.
Okay.
That always makes me want to rewatch Breaking Bad. So
okay, I like that. All right, so with that said, here we go. Our 5 categories are Breaking Bad, so only questions regarding Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul, obviously only questions regarding Better Call Saul. Connections, something we either learn. Stuff we learn in Better Call Saul that essentially connects it to Breaking Bad. Backstories, this could be either only in Breaking Bad or something we learn in Better Call Saul, but backstories. And then nicknames. There's a lot of nicknames throughout these. So I tried to start off the heavy dutiness. I want to save that for later. So we're pretty simple here. So with that said, we'll go in order on alphabetically. So we got Antonio, Chad, Eric, and then Jacob. So Antonio, starting off with you.
Give me Breaking Bad for 400.
Ooh. For what?
400.
All right, that's what I thought you said. All right.
That's a daily double.
Oh. What is the name of the drug Walt uses to poison people? And once again, I took this into account that nobody deep dove for studying, and I off the top of my mind, well, other than Chad apparently, but no one else has freshly rewatched these. So I did, once again, the 5 pointers. If you studied or just finished rewatching, they might be easier. But if not, then it's more of a reminder and a refresher. Like I said, we'll get deeper into it if you guys really want to get crazy.
Henry, this could, I think, be multiple things. Could be
the main drug, the one poison people, not person. That's what I'll tell you.
Oh,
okay.
People, more than one.
Okay, fair.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask that one yet. I feel like that's a Jeopardy 2 question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start with Antonio.
Rice and
rice and beans. Chad.
I also put ricin.
I'm glad I said rice and beans in front of Chad, not Eric. Eric.
No, I didn't have.
And Jacob.
Yeah.
I literally almost had Lily of the Valley.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Also. Yeah.
All right. Now we're getting spoilers. All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is correct. What is ricin? All right, Chad.
Okay. I'll start easy. I'll go. Let's do Better Call Saul 100.
Where is Jimmy from before moving to Albuquerque? Looking for city. Just because it's fresh, because obviously I watched them back to back, but I feel like I would crush you guys all in Better Call Saul just because I just finished watching it recently.
Probably.
But I also took into account I didn't write it that hard. 5, 4, 3. But even this one has the 100. It's easy, but might not remember. 2, 1. Chad.
I said Chicago.
Eric.
No idea. I said Nebraska. It was probably state.
Jacob.
Chi-Town.
And Antonio.
Yeah, pick my girls. Chicago.
It is Chicago.
Chicago sunroof.
Hey, spoilers.
Oh.
You guys are going to be talking about future questions this entire Jeopardy.
Probably.
Eric.
Let's do nicknames for 100.
What is Jimmy's nickname when pulling cons? I rewrote this question a couple times. So I didn't want it to be misleading. I didn't want to give too much info. It was really hard for me to specifically write this. So then I was like, if you know, obviously you know.
These sequences of him pulling cons is incredible.
Oh yeah. Anytime that Jimmy is Saul, essentially, in the entire thing, that's when it's good. All the lawyer stuff, it's like, all right, maybe I'm not in the mood for it right now. 5, 4, which is ironic because I love lawyer stuff and criminals, or backstory. Eric, what's your guess?
He's got hands, so I said hands.
Jacob.
Slippin' Jimmy.
Antonio.
Slippin' Jimmy.
And Chad.
Slippin' Jimmy.
What is Slippin' Jimmy?
Who is Slippin' Jimmy, right?
Exactly. Well, the nickname is a what, but yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Let's go connections for 2, please.
Okay.
Ooh, this might be hard.
What 2 names does Saul mention while tied up by Walter and Jesse? And I do need specific, if you know what I mean. I'll leave it at that. I'll say there's a name that is technically right, but I can't accept. That's what I mean by specific. So I need exactly what he says.
Oh, I might have that.
Because that's the connection, obviously. That's why. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob.
I said Emilio and Gonzo.
Antonio.
I said Lalo and Nacho, also known as Ignacio.
You didn't follow the rules. Chad.
I hope I got the right one. I said Ignacio and Lalo.
And Eric.
I'm glad I was in the ballpark. I said Tuco and Hector.
Yes, it has to be Ignacio because it's not Nacho. That's not the connection part. So I'm sorry.
That's a nickname. Spoiler.
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe. Every Ignacio I know is called Nacho, so I wouldn't mind Nacho.
Well, it's just because that's the connection. He only says Ignacio.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
I get it.
It's Nacho. That's why I had to be stingy on that. If the questions aren't that hard, I do need hard answers. Back over to Antonio.
Let's go back to Breaking Bad for 200.
What is the name of both love interests we see Jesse involved with? Just need first names. I feel bad putting us at 200 because I actually had to look it up. I forgot the second one.
Oh, shit.
It's more of a just my mind just wasn't there. I might have gotten it in trivia, but as writing, I was like, and just fact checking.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the second name.
Yeah, right. Everyone knows the one. What's the other?
Yeah.
We're gonna catch up the chat now.
I was almost forgetting the one.
Interesting. 5,
No, I think I got it.
4, 3,
Not the other one.
2, 1. Antonio.
Andrea and Jane.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Chad.
I said Jane and Maria.
All right, let's hot potato lore. We can get with this. Eric.
I said Jane and Brock's mom.
That's okay. Jacob.
Points. Jane and Andrea, and for the record,
That's-
Jane's death screwed me up.
Both of them are
Spoilers.
tough to watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty
yeah,
tough.
but
Yeah.
you never forget your first time seeing Jane. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
expired.
that broke Bryan Cranston in the series, apparently. So, yeah.
Hopefully, I didn't write any of the stuff that you guys talk about throughout this. Back over to Chad. I did it.
Yeah.
I'd shut you guys off. If I did.
Me. I'll go. I like easy questions. I'll go Breaking Bad 100.
What is Jesse's secret ingredient in his meth? Bitch. I should put it at the end.
That's the first bitch you uttered? Come on, man. Step it
Yeah,
up.
We're only 15 minutes in. Come
I
on.
know. Yo, bitch. Those are always or whatever. It happens multiple times. I didn't realize this till it's rewatch, but whenever Walt like grabs, he's like, "Yeah, these," and just dude, watching Bryan Cranston like grab his junk and like, it's like fucking. It's so immature and it's hilarious every time. 5,
It should be a drinking game.
3, 2, 1. Chad.
Chili powder, chili pea.
I was hoping at least we'd get one chili pea. Eric.
It's a chili pepper.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Trying
Chili
to come up with
powder.
that.
And Antonio.
Chili powder.
Every time
Yeah,
I
that's
cook,
what I meant, but I didn't remember.
every time I
powder.
cook with chili powder, I'm like, chili pea? Just
Chili pea, bitch. Eric.
Let's go backstories for 100.
How did Jesse get his RV? Why did I write house? RV / how did Oh no, you're right. That's a question for later. Sorry. Jesus Christ. How did he get his house / how did he know the dot on Walter's chest was? Holy shit. I just had a stroke.
So this answers for them both, right?
Technically.
Okay.
But it's an extended answer, but it's the same
Right.
answer.
Okay. All right.
okay.
You'll see when you see my answer. It's one
Yeah.
answer, but if you fully extend one answer, it answers both.
Right.
I'm literally answering both questions, but I'll
Yeah, like I said, there's you'll see in my answer the reveal. There's one sentence you could say to answer both, but yes, if you want to waste your ink, that's fine too.
I'm gonna underline what I
I'm gonna
think you're
pull
talking
me and
about.
still write it.
Trust me, I know.
Okay.
But it also is a 100, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob.
He took care of his aunt who had breast cancer. She willed the house to him.
Nice.
Antonio.
His aunt who had cancer.
See, you didn't write as much as Jacob.
Yeah, I wrote 2 sentences. His aunt left the house to him, and then his aunt had cancer.
And Eric.
His aunt who had cancer gave him the house.
Okay.
I wrote the least. Shit.
And that was the first time he
he took care of his aunt while she had cancer.
Nice.
Nice. Finding him the board.
Back over to Antonio.
Let's do connections for 100.
Actually, I picked the last one, so Jacob's next.
All right, let's go, Jacob.
Not to say.
Oh,
The disrespect. Better call Saul for 2, please.
oh shit.
When Jimmy gets suspended from being a lawyer, what type of company does he get a job? Does he get a job work? Jesus Christ. That one is fucked up. Does he get a job for? I think I was trying to say, what does he work for? And then what does he get a job for? Like, yeah, I fucked that up.
So what type of company does he work for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he get a job work?
Read the question, Antonio. 5.
Does he work at this job?
Technically, not really. 5,
Right.
3, 2, 1. Jacob.
Cell phone store.
Antonio.
The cell phone company. Yeah.
Chad.
Cell phone company.
And Eric.
No, I said fast food restaurant. That's probably later.
What is a cell phone store?
Do you said company or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? My initials start with an M and end with a P? Come on, dude. We're accepting answers here. Antonio.
Yeah, connections for 100.
There it is. What is Saul's new name, and where does he work post Breaking Bad? I will accept the first name only, but street cred if you know first and last name.
I'm like blanking on something here.
Curious which one it is. No ASAP rules. I do need both because it's a 100 and it shows up a lot.
No, it does, and I'm embarrassed that I'm sort of blanking. I hope
Especially because you rewatch. So like you rewatched the first season, so it's like these are the things that are mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
5. Got to kick a man while he's down. 4 in Breaking Bad style. 3, 2, 1. Antonio.
Gene, and he works at a Cinnabon.
Chad.
Oh, thank fuck God. Gene Cinnabon.
All right. I'm curious we'll ask after what you were thinking. Eric.
I said Paul and fast food.
And Jacob.
Gene Takovic and Cinnabon.
Show off.
Not show off enough. It was spelled wrong, but yes, Gene Takovic works at Cinnabon.
I knew the spelling was going to be.
So what I was thinking was, I was confusing it with like Gene Cousineau from Barry, and I'm like, is it Gene?
Yeah, are they both Gene? These white motherfuckers. Chad.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just go Breaking Bad 300.
What is the name of the chemical used in Walt's formula that we see them scheme to retrieve multiple times?
Okay, I was about to say, like, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to Antonio all these questions. Like, no tricks. I wasn't like, I literally was like, I put this at 3 because I'm like, it's either easy or it's a little harder if you haven't rewatched in a while. So I'm like, 3 is the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Right. I went Chili P and then this. I felt like those were good back to backs. Well, that was 1, but yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad.
It's a barrel. It rolls. Methylamine.
Look at these dummies. Eric.
I said the one with the B.
Okay. Jacob.
The methylamine keeps flowing.
And Antonio.
I think I'm the only one to spell it right. Methylamine.
I fucking double checked.
Shut up, Antonio.
I double checked. I was like, I gotta fucking spell this motherfucker right. Eric.
Let's do nicknames for 200.
Interesting. What are the fake names used by Jimmy and Kim when they pull cons together?
Ooh.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my God. I just watched this one scene.
Yeah.
And now I'm blanking on his name, not hers. Oh.
I love writing questions. I'm just so good at it. Yeah, I flayed myself. What are you gonna do about it?
God damn it.
Sorry, Eric. You're at a disadvantage.
I don't mind. Very rarely I get to lose these days, so I'm glad to lose.
Whoa,
tonight.
fucking this guy. 5. What a wild thing to say. 3.
Just make it less
Can
true.
you get a repeat real quick?
Yeah.
One more time?
You gotta balance it. I gotta lose some time to win when it matters the most.
What'd you say, Antonio?
I had a feeling I should rewatch this episode. I rewatched another episode I just enjoy way more than this one.
That's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric?
I said Dick and Jane.
Jacob?
Giselle and Sebastian.
Antonio
Ricky and Vicky. I'm way off.
and Chad.
I knew Giselle, but I said Saul. I couldn't think of his name.
Who are Victor?
Victor with the K. God damn it! You spelled it wrong, Henry.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to rat on my boy and give out his real fake name.
Victor with the K. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that.
Jacob with a J.
Better Call Saul for 3.
What is the first job Jimmy gets Huel to do for him?
Oh. Oh boy. Now I'm trying to remember order of events here.
Yeah.
In Better Call Saul, obviously. There was a few Huel questions I wanted to write, so I narrowed it down to this one. Huel's a fucking G, dude. I love Huel.
He is.
Huel, are you happy right now? Reasonably.
I gotta do it. Don't worry, I didn't write that this time. 5, 4. Shout out Kubi, just fucking disappears. 3, 2, 1. Jacob.
Plant the phone battery on Chuck.
Antonio.
Yes, I placed a battery in Chuck's pocket.
Chad.
Yeah, I fucked it up. I said put a cell phone in Chuck's pocket.
Jimmy had the cell phone. And Eric.
I said that's a repo man.
Slip a cell phone battery into Chuck's pocket. Back over to Antonio.
Let's go backstories for 300.
What does Mike do before he leaves Philly and goes to Albuquerque? Full spoilers on this one.
Are we talking about what profession he had?
No, what does he do before he leaves Philly?
Oh,
Full spoilers.
Plot specific.
Yeah. We already know what he does, but what does he do before he leaves? Now, this was the best way for me to write it without it being leading.
Right.
Take notes, writers. If I do it, it's probably right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Antonio?
Kills the 2 cops behind the murder of his son.
Chad?
Jonathan Banks should have won an Emmy for this, but murders policeman.
Eric?
Well, I knew murder was involved, but I said kill his boss.
And Jacob?
Kills the cops that killed his son.
What is kills the 2 cops that got his son killed? No question mark.
I don't know.
Do you need the second part?
No, the cops is what he did. I mean, obviously, the kill his son, but it's like, it's a given.
Yeah.
If you just would have said like revenge for his son, then you didn't get the kills the cops part, but the kills,
right.
Yeah. What was the last one used, by the way? What was that? Better Call Saul for 3? I forgot to have
backstories for 3.
Backstory for 3.
No, before that, it was Better Call Saul for 3.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to add points. All right, back over to Chad. Or no, back over to Eric.
No, Chad. Yeah. No, I think wasn't
Oh,
Chad. Yeah.
Wow, well, it's hard to remember. Chad.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Backstory's 200.
How does Jimmy first meet Gus?
Oh.
How/why?
Fuck.
Kind of more the why than how, because obviously why could be too broad. See, at least all these Better Call Saul spoilers aren't that bad, Eric.
Yeah. No problem.
So far, they haven't affected the show.
I don't remember this part.
Yeah.
there are a few deaths that I considered writing about. And I didn't. So luckily for you, no deaths were involved in spoilers. So hey, you're lucky there. 5,
Yeah.
4, 3. I said a gut feeling I shouldn't, and obviously now I know why. 2, 1. Chad.
I just said Mike introduces him.
Eric.
I said to ask for protection.
Jacob.
Is it meeting Mike at Los Pollos Hermanos?
And Antonio.
He said because he's representing Lalo.
What is Mike has him do recon at Pollos Hermanos? He's watching the guy with the backpack, and then he goes in the garbage can and he drops, and then he officially meets that. But essentially, Mike gets him to. But if you just would have said he goes to Pollos Hermanos, I'm like, I need more than that. That's why I said needs more why than how.
But Mike introduces him isn't enough.
No, because it's.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, the recon. Because they technically didn't introduce him. Eric.
So connections for 300.
Why does Tuco go to jail, thus meeting Skinny Pete in Better Call Saul? But obviously that's where he meets Skinny Pete.
Oh.
But what's the reason he goes to jail in Better Call Saul? And no, not because he's on an NBC show and they just couldn't get the actor.
Really? They wrote around that? That's funny.
Essentially, because he was on whatever series for like 100 episodes or whatever during that time, so they weren't trying to take him away. But obviously they got enough, and it made sense. It's probably better that way because it just fit naturally. 5, 4. Tuco's too aggressive for Better Call Saul's pacing. 3, 2, 1. Eric.
I went Taylor and said detain at the border.
Okay. At least you said that. Jacob.
Yeah.
Getting into the fight with Mike outside the restaurant.
Antonio.
Yeah, for assaulting Mike.
And Chad.
And I just said assault.
I'll accept it. I'm in a good mood. Assaulting Mike. I'm glad no one said the gun because they brought that back.
Right.
And that's how we meet Hector. There's at least your one spoiler. Jacob.
Better Call Saul for 4, please.
What is the name of the bank Kim represents?
Oh.
I had a feeling. I'm like, this is either going to be 100 because it's said a lot, but if you guys haven't rewatched it, it's hard. So I had a gut feeling 400 was a good value.
I think Jacob won this already.
I might have forgot to put his points on something because as of right now, I still have all you 3 tied. Did Jacob, you answer something? Someone else did it?
Yeah, like a few.
God damn it. I don't think this is going to come into my head.
I didn't want to guess because then it might be an answer to another question.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob.
Mesa Verde Credit Union.
Yeah.
Antonio.
And nothing.
Chad.
Yeah, it wasn't coming to me. Good job, Jacob.
And Eric.
I went for another TV series, Goliath National Bank.
You've been watching that right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is Mesa Verde? Antonio.
Fuck it. Breaking Bad, 500.
Man, no, I'm just kidding. How much total money was to be earned for Walt, Jesse, and Mike in the Say My Name episode?
This is deep.
Ooh.
But it's one of the more popular ones, so I figured if I'm going to go deep, it's got to be on one of these episodes.
Yeah.
That was my thought process. And it's
Right.
a number, so it's guessable. I'll give you one hint. It's equally divided by the 3. So
I see it. Okay.
yeah. So it's a number that's divisible by 3. That's not gross. But the total number is what I'm looking for. By the way, we're almost done with this Jeopardy, and we just got the first That's Deep, so I'll take it. Most times it's ever been said in my life. 5, 4, 3,
Damn it.
2, 1. Antonio.
6 million.
Chad.
That might be it. I said half that, 3 million.
Eric.
I went overboard and said 15 million.
And Jacob.
Not more over than me, 70 million.
5 million apiece for 15 million.
Eric.
Yeah, finally.
That makes
I
a
can
lot.
live happy after this one.
Chad.
Nicknames 300.
Nice.
Who gave Domingo the nickname Crazy 8?
A good question.
Thank you.
I can't remember.
And I can't even like give any context clues because I can't. This is a very possibly leading question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad.
I just took a guess. Tuco.
Eric.
He said Lalo.
Jacob.
I also said Lalo.
And Antonio.
I had Tuco, but I changed it to Hector.
Who is
Hey.
Lalo Salamanca?
Nice.
When they're playing cards, he folded when he had pocket eights or something like that. So he's like, oh, he's crazy ocho loco, and then crazy 8.
Late Better Call Saul. I don't remember.
Yep.
I'm rewatching though.
Another good spoiler that's not that big on the main scheme. Eric.
Let's go. Backstories for 400.
Where is it revealed that Jesse really got the RV from? The one that I fucked up earlier that I gave you guys, but it's been so long that you haven't had time to think about it, so no advantages. I kind of need pretty specific because it's a 400.
Okay.
It started raining. Hell yeah.
I'm confident in.
How the fuck did it start raining? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric.
I just said junkyard.
Jacob.
Combo's house?
Antonio.
I said his friend Combo.
And Chad.
Yeah, my man stole it from Combo's house.
I might only be able to give it to Chad here because stole it from Combo's mom because he bought it off Combo, but it was the theft and it got reported later, and that was kind of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's
So
fine.
I think I can only accept that from Chad.
Damn.
I did need stealing. That's why I said kind of specific.
Shit, I needed that one though.
Jacob.
All right. Better Call Saul 5.
Wrapping up Better Call Saul. How hard is this going to be?
Really hard.
What kind of desk does Jimmy get while working for Davis and Maine?
Never mind. I thought it was hard.
Antonio's like, what do you mean? I think it is. It's just one of those you either know it either sticks with you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I wrote this without even looking it up. I'm like, yeah, I'm writing this, and as I thought about it, I'm like, this is a good 500 because it's either going to come to Chad easily or it's not going to come to anybody.
Exactly.
4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob.
Coco Bolo.
Antonio.
Makes sense. I said marble desk.
Chad.
Yeah, you just like saying the word Coco Bolo desk.
And Eric.
Good shit.
I just said an oak desk.
What is Coco Bolo? Antonio.
Connections for 400.
The lab is built by engineers from what country?
And that's the episode I just rewatched.
That's the one you rewatched?
Yeah.
Or one of the ones?
One of the ones, yeah.
Regarding these? If you didn't watch it, would this be a 400 for you?
No.
Okay. Making Chad feel like shit.
rough part of the show.
Yeah.
The one scene, yeah.
Yeah. It's after the fact, but there's a very tense one with one of the wives, and it's like, oof. I won't go into more, just in case I want to ask about it later. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Antonio.
Germany.
Chad.
That's also what I said. Germany.
Eric.
I knew I should have went European. I said Chile.
And Jacob.
There are so many stars in the sky. German.
What is Germany? Chad.
Where is Germany? Oh, nicknames 400.
What is the nickname Jesse gives himself when dealing with the couple and the ATM?
Yeah.
This question alone is why I'm like, I want to do Breaking Bad trivia for just to write this question. It's one of my favorites.
Shit, that's a good one.
Another one that I didn't have to do any research. This was just on the top of the dome. It's just one of those ones that connected with me. Yeah, no one likes it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad.
I don't know if I remember this one. I just said blowfish.
Eric.
I said the devil.
Jacob.
Buddy?
And Antonio.
Is it Captain Cook?
What is diesel?
Oh,
Diesel.
Yeah, that's right.
funny.
Eric.
Yeah, let's finish nicknames.
that's a dirty sweep right there.
Yep. What is the name Walter uses when he first meets Saul, which is also the last name of another character?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just looking for Mr. What?
Oh my God.
God, I know this one.
Why do I forget this? I just know the nickname.
Oh, yeah. Now you're like, what's his real name?
Right. Fuck.
I wish it was Final Jeopardy so I can catch up. Just wager everything.
Jacob's like, I don't want that. 5, 4, 3.
Can I get a repeat real quick?
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names. This is my downfall.
Five, 4, 3.
I'm not gonna pull it.
2.
Oh no! Repeat.
You can repeat twice?
We'll just get him into. He needs to
I
learn.
know.
It doesn't matter. I got it.
To learn the word extension. It's on the screen.
I got
it. Eric.
I don't know. I said Mr. Polocho.
Jacob.
Mayhew.
Antonio.
Yeah, Jacob, Mayhew.
That's right.
And Chad.
I scribbled it like an idiot, but Mayhew.
I can see it. That's fine.
Yeah.
What is Mayhew?
Being fun.
Woo!
Goddamn Badger.
Brandon Mayhew.
Yep. Jacob, which one of these two do you want?
Let's go with connections.
Where does Saul learn about the cleaner for new identities? Need a kind of specific. Well, I need exactly, obviously. Because there's a broad answer for this, and I can't accept that.
Another late.
That's when connections happen.
I know.
Five, 4, 3, 2. I'm glad so far all my 500s were definitely 500s. And my 400s, 4 and 5s, I valued these pretty good. Let's go over Jacob.
The Kettlemans.
Antonio.
I just said your mic.
Chad.
Yeah, no, I said Gus Fring.
And Eric.
I said at the cell phone store.
We're looking for the Vet's Little Black Book.
You in the black book. I just forgot
that vet, man.
Yeah. The fact I only wrote one question about the vet is crazy. Save it later. Study more vets. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Spoiler alert, Jacob won. Well, assuming he does hit the 5, so well, Jacob would win. So you can bet up to 2,000 points.
Okay.
So that's what I'll say for everyone. Even Eric. There's no reason why I pointed out Eric.
Yeah, no.
Do I have to?
I don't think I don't even know if I don't think I have 2,000 points.
You have 900. I didn't want to say it, but
what are the standings?
Yeah, I got
Jacob at 45, Chad at 42, Antonio at 33, and Eric at 900.
Okay.
There's going to be 2 because I like multiverse. There's 2 answers here. If Jacob misses and Chad hits, regardless, Chad will win like normally, and then obviously the multiverse betting round.
Wait,
so
what are the scores?
I'm not telling you now. You have one chance to win it.
All right.
They both miss, I can win. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So do we have to bet something first, or?
Yeah, write it down. You guys all wrote it down, right? Everyone bet Jacob. Okay.
The max is 2,000.
Yep, max is 2,000. Just for fun, obviously, because Jeopardy and exhibitions. All right, your final question. Where did Jimmy/Saul get his law degree from? You better not erase any of your bets. Honor system.
You won't see me erase shit, okay?
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. I got to erase this one more thing real quick.
Exactly. Talk about a t-shirt. 5.
You know, fuck.
4. 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it.
2. 1. Start with Eric. What'd you bet? What's your answer?
I bet 0 because I don't want to live with nothing. So, and for some reason I said Arizona State. Another reason just to shout it out.
Okay. Antonio.
I said New Mexico University. I know it's not it.
And what'd you bet?
2,000.
Okay. Chad.
I also went big. I bet 2,000. I said American Samoa University.
And Jacob.
I bet 2,000, and it is technically the University of American Samoa. Go Land Crabs.
What is the University of American Samoa? And your winner, Jacob Cameron.
Wait, what did he bet?
Told you all you weren't ready.
You didn't have it right because it's University of American Samoa.
You didn't say specific though. I just said
I will fucking kill you. I will kill you. That's where does it go to school? That's what it's called.
You just said where. You didn't even say what is the name of the school. You just said where. If I would have said American Samoa, I would have been correct.
What did you write?
American Samoa University, which is what it is.
No, it's the University of American Samoa. That's like calling Indiana University University of Indiana. It's Indiana University. That's just, colleges have their names.
Yeah, I understand, but you didn't say specifically though.
There's no universe where you specifically say name the exact college. If I wouldn't say where, if it was Harvard, I'm not saying specifically where it's Harvard, but it's just a different name. Anyway, congratulations. He got it. Even if you technically both got it right, he was winning. So,
so he still would have won even if I got that right.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're good. Okay.
I knew you were good.
That's all I care about. If I would have won, then I would have been mad. But other than that,
that's why I'm always going to beat you in debate. And you're
how? What do you mean?
I'm better than you. Jacob Cameron, and your winner. What was the one you got right that everyone missed? That really just.
I think I got the Jane and Andrea one. No.
No.
You got a couple, I think.
But there was at least one because I forgot to do scores a couple times. But
I know there was at least one.
It's a bunch of Better Call Saul stuff that I know he got right now. So I was like,
Yeah,
going through that category.
Giselle and Victor, he got that one. But yeah, anyway, Jacob, how you feeling? And this is the first edition of this. Do you want to do another? Did you like the format in terms of like the balance of both shows? Did you like the difficulty? All that stuff. Answer all the questions.
I love the format. I would love to do this again. I thought the balance was very good. To be perfectly honest, I was kind of going a lot of this based off of muscle memory because I watched all of Better Call Saul as it debuted on AMC, and I am particularly proud of that feat. Like even as cable was dying in like the 2020s, I still watched it as it aired. So I knew all the Better Call Saul questions. I figured. I just like specificity wise, that was the part that was going to worry me. But yeah, I'd love to do this again.
Absolutely. Chad, should have put you in third place for arguing with me, but how you feel? Second place.
Hey, I stand my ground. I would have wrote it the other way had I thought it mattered, but I didn't think it mattered. Although, we can disagree. It's fine. We disagree on the show in general, it seems as well. But that being said, I did promise. So the moment that I always want to rewatch Breaking Bad, that if I just think about this or if I hear the song, I think it's called DLZ from like TV on the radio, is when he goes up to that really big dude and he's like, "Stay out of my territory." And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Oh my God, just that moment of him dropping everything, walking out of the store and confronting that big dude. I'm just
well, and first he's giving tips to the guy. He's like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do this. And he's like you got to buy in separate places and all that stuff. And that's when Heisenberg like naturally kicks in. He's not doing a front. That's him. That's Heisenberg taking over. That's not an act. That was real.
Yeah.
That's outside of the Home Depot of that universe, right?
I think it is Home Depot.
Well, it's a department store, but yeah, that's what
it's a non-union legally distinct.
Yeah, I think it is. You're right.
Oh no, that's a great example. I thought it was going to be like something emotional, so I get what you mean. That's a good fist pump moment for the better.
There's that, and then there's like the what's changed, Jesse? Like all these lines that I just keep thinking about, and I'm like, I want to rewatch this show right now, and then I normally do. So and I need to do the same thing with Better Call Saul apparently, because if I had, then I might have won. Or I would have fared a better chance.
I love the competitive. Antonio, obviously I know you like TV shows, so you finally got to do a little bit of TV show stuff. How do you feel about that? And then just overall?
No, it was cool. I mean, I will say, I don't know. It was a good balance. I do feel like it was a little bit more Better Call Saul, which I guess I understand maybe because you just rewatched it. If it was purely Breaking Bad, I feel like I would have done better. But otherwise...
I think it was 50-50. Just missed all the Better Call Saul ones.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was 50-50. If not, it was like 49-51. I'm pretty sure because connections, I did 3 and 2.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure.
With the last two questions, I wish were like Breaking Bad, but that's just
that was.
It was a great just vibe all around, cool. And every point value was like appropriate. I will say that everything was like awesome. And I love to do this again. I do hope maybe is one that's just like Breaking Bad, where you can go to like more deeper cuts, maybe even like a scores a soundtrack thing, where like because Chad was just mentioning the song, I'm like, there's a few good songs that are like.
Oh yeah, I would never do that. I hate scores and soundtracks. Eric, do you feel like Better Call Saul is ruined for you? Do you feel like you need to rewatch both of them? And how do you feel in general?
No, I don't think it's ruined for me. I just haven't gotten to it, so I don't mind being spoiled. I've heard a lot of good stuff, so I probably should see it when I get the chance. I do need to see Breaking Bad again. I don't mind. Like, I'm very happy I got a Lalo question out of a guess, because is Lalo Tony Dalton? Is Tony Dalton the actor, right?
Exactly.
Pass. I hate scoring soundtracks. Lalo, the actor. I don't know the actor's name now. I don't remember.
I think it is Tony Dalton. He's if he is the same guy, he is. He's been he's a Mexican actor, so I've known him for a while.
He's fantastic.
He has a pretty great movie. Yeah.
If you're not sure if a guy's gonna scare you and seduce you at the same time, meet him, because he will.
Lalo.
Yeah.
Incredible character.
Yeah. He's okay in Hawkeye.
He's what?
Yeah.
He's okay in Hawkeye.
He's the best part. He's one of the best parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see him in a movie. He wrote a movie with one of his buddies a while back ago, like 20 years ago, called Matando Cabos. It's a pretty good movie. You should, if you like the crime movies, that's the best Mexican crime movie of this century, probably. And then I'm very happy I got 500 out of Breaking Bad that nobody else had. I had a pretty decent idea of what the amount was because I remembered it being dividable by 3.
Yeah.
So I had 50 million quickly.
Yeah, and then Mike just gave up, or Mike needed his 5 because he gave up his 5 years retiring. He's like, fuck it, I'm done with you guys. But yeah, so all right, last question for everyone. Jacob, on the spot, what is the first scene when you close your eyes and you think of Breaking Bad? What's the first scene you think of? And Better Call Saul was the first scene you think of? Anti over spoilers for Better Call Saul, just for Eric's sake.
For Breaking Bad, it's the scene in the house in Ozymandias after everything has gone down
with the Nazis.
Yes, and then in Better Call Saul, the scene that immediately snaps to my mind is the courtroom scene in where Chuck where Chuck completely snaps.
Yeah, the exit sign. Chad, what are your 2?
Yeah, no. I said what my Breaking Bad scene is, the hardware store one, and my Better Call Saul scene is the exact same one that Jacob just said. The chicanery scene where Chuck just flips the fuck out, and then it cuts to the exit sign, and you're just like, holy shit, that just happened.
I watched it live, and I was just like, Michael McKean is the greatest actor of all time.
He was so good in that role. Oh my god, mental health, guys.
Antonio, what are your 2?
For Breaking Bad, it's always, I think, that season 3 episode where like Gus brings Walter down to the lab for the first time. And he's like, "Oh, this is your new lab," and it's like, "Oh, how do you know how to hook this all up?" And just the music that plays.
There's something about the lighting in that scene that doesn't feel like the lighting in the rest of the lab scenes. There's something specifically that one where it was lit for a presentation.
It was like a shiny new toy. Yeah. I was like, oh, and then he's like, still, no, I can't do it. That's the cool part. And for Better Call Saul, it's weird because Saul's not in the scene, but it's just when Mike starts interviewing, contractors, I guess, to like measure everything, and just like everything's like there's like not that much dialogue, but it's just cool how it just keeps on going, and then at the end it's like the one that you don't expect to really get the job. And
no, I like that. Yeah, because the one guy, he starts bragging about other jobs, and then Mike's like, "You got to go. You're talking what? This is on the low, guy." And then Eric, what is the first Breaking Bad scene you can think of?
Probably when he said he meets Tuco and he throws the exploding crystal and everything explodes.
Good.
Or also when Jesse, since I don't have a Better Call Saul one, also when Jesse tries to drip in acid the guy they just killed, and the floor comes down with the bathtub. That's where I'm.
Eric was season 1 throwback.
Yeah,
I love that.
I've heard people like who have quit the show because that scene was so gross. The bathtub scene. I was like,
honestly,
as gross as that scene is, I talked about it, like, imagine if Hank's death was as graphic as that scene. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways that, or like when he kills Crazy 8, like he's choking him out, then the eyes of the blood, like there's graphicness. It was specifically, the Hank one that just bothered me, the cutaway. And I don't know if Dean Norris, like, I'm not trying to do makeup or something. I don't know what it was. My
creative choice from Vince, I think.
Yeah, and I hate it. My scene is the first time we see Psycho Todd when he shoots the kid.
Dude, when that aired, Carrie audibly went, "No!" like with that tone, I was like, "Yeah, that just happened."
and then the following scene after, where he's just chilling, and the next episode he's just chilling. He's like, "Yeah,
I do it again.
Let's do it." No, he's like, "And I would do it again." Like, he didn't give us a choice.
The part that gets me is when Jesse goes, "No, bang!"
Yeah, exactly. But by the way, that entire train heist might be my favorite episode in terms of
so good. Oh my god!
And then I won't. If you know, just for Eric's sake, because it is spoilers. But there's a death that Lalo causes that I literally was like, "No, they did that."
Yep.
Yes, that was that was the last episode before I went to bed. I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight." And it's not even that I love that character. It was just shocking and that's another reason why I hate the Hank death, because like if the effects on that death, I needed Hank's brain splattered, and because just that's a perfect example. I don't love that character, but that death affected me because visually you see it. So that's I'll elaborate that later. But anyway, this was fantastic. If you guys are Breaking Bad fans, Better Call Saul, don't judge me. It's literally so hot in my house. I'm in my room. Usually I have a great setup. So this is a terrible time to be like, "Hey, watch my shit," because I look terrible. But that's fine by me. And also don't judge Eric. You only seen one of the two shows. Shout out Jacob, shout out Chad, shout out Antonio. If you guys want to join for a part 2, I'll do a more spoiler version of Breaking Bad just because I can go harder on that. And if you guys want to be forced to watch Better Call Saul, I will do one for that as well. And then with that said, my name's and also other shows, but it has to be something I've seen. So Sons of Anarchy, Dexter, Ozark, Succession, Barry. There's a few shows that I've watched recently that I would do. So with that said, my name's Henry Confidential. You guys are you. Later, Gators. Bitch.